Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to Frequency Tarot. My name's Lauren. We're going to do a tarot and oracle reading on the energies that are coming through for this lunar eclipse. It is impacting your second house, and that usually deals with possessions, finances, so things to do with like material development and security. So I think maybe we could see some things about your work or your job, career, or things about maybe developing your material security. So without further ado, let's see what comes through. We're going to start with the oracle deck first. I've already shuffled this, but let's do like just a quick little shuffle and we'll see what comes through. Okay, so Capricorn, what do we have for you? Time, trust, boundaries. This has been showing up a lot for these readings. And this one, shadow. Okay, interesting. Seems like a lot of people are setting boundaries, and maybe that's because a lot of us are there's a lot of changes happening. I mean, as we can see, especially since this is strict energy, we've got the second house, and then we've got Saturn that rules your sign. So there's something about setting boundaries and maybe some shadow work, some things that maybe you've realized that you needed to face for a while. I feel that there's something about a belief system where it's like maybe you feel like there's some changes that need to be made around relationships. But I think more so the energy in the in your inner life, your inner world. Something about just being patient and trusting that what you can manifest will become real. And maybe that's something that's like a belief from the past that you're shedding. Yeah, something about trusting the development and setting boundaries. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put these aside. Let's see what Tara says. So what is this about boundaries and trust? Yeah, okay. All right, so I've done a shuffle, but let's do one just in case. So yeah, what is this about boundaries? Especially to do with the second house situation. Okay, Queen of Cups. Okay, something about protection. It seems like if you look at the card, it's like she's looking at this crown or this ornament that she values, and maybe this can represent this material value. The second house is associated with Taurus. Tauruses are very loyal people, and they value structure and beauty and material security. Things that manifest in reality. Let's see what the challenge is. So there's something about nurturing or protecting here. Strength. Strength is Leo. Fire. Inner fire. There's this trust. There's the trust that's coming through there. Nurturing your inner fire, or nurturing what you're trying to achieve. Nurturing something here. Okay, so I think this is mostly positive. I'm getting positive energy that's coming through so far, but I'm getting like, okay, this is kind of screaming out to me. See how the bottom there is like a little child? Maybe there's something about an inner child. Maybe something's been kind of contained a bit too much. Maybe this kind of represents that, I don't know, something that's, if we talk about the inner beast, there's the conscious mind, and then let's say you or I, us, we are containing the beast, and what we do with it is it sets the trajectory of this story. If we try to contain it too much, then it just kind of becomes too suffocated and it wants to be set free. Whereas if you nurture it and you stay balanced, it becomes more of a focused and alive and let's say the only word that's coming to me is focus, but just more authentic. I think that could be more of it. Something about authenticity, definitely. Nurturing a sense of authenticity, and it's something to do with possessions or the needing to nurture or protect. Let's see. Let's look at the cause. Okay. Yeah, there's something to do with a loss or grieving or something that you don't have. Maybe there's a feeling that is developing into something deeper, but there's a sense of comfort or tension around like moving forwards. This is tricky. It's like maybe you're not I feel as though there's something about the psyche attaching onto something that you've like confused to be a part of you. And there's this need to like detach a little bit so that you can free yourself. I'm getting that from this. After this, of course, the strength. It seems as though it's like that. When someone tries to like be too controlling or manipulative, or sorry, too controlling, and then it becomes manipulative. and it just becomes this more of like a restraint. It's like maybe the intention was to protect, but it becomes too rigid, and then that energy just wants to come out. There's something to do here about uh, wanting to set free, or maybe there's a feeling of just trying to move on from a pain, trying to move on from something that has caused some anguish or a loss. And there's this need to protect. Let's keep going. Let's see what happened. Let me do a little shuffle here. What happened? What are you moving away from? Or maybe what are you carrying with you? Okay. Ten of Pentacles. There's some belief here about something to do that's been around for a while, a belief that might have come from family, and you attached yourself to I think it's something to do with suppression here. Yeah, a suppression. I feel, I take it as it resonates, but there's something to do about suppressing an emotion, or maybe just feeling misunderstood. And that's where that suppression comes from. This could be a family member. Maybe this need to protect a belief that you finally want to ignite or take action towards. Maybe there's been someone like, I'm getting family, but please take that as it resonates. But I feel like there's something about either a family member or a belief in the past. You're either setting yourself free from it, or you want to take action on it now. Like you have the courage to do so, or you believe in it. It might also be where it's been suppressed for so long that you now you don't want to be swayed by whatever anyone else is saying. You want to let go of the pain, and you want to nurture your own this idea that gives you joy. Let's keep going. What are you working towards? What are your goals? What is this inner fire that wants to come out? Seven of Wands. Definitely something that you're protecting here. That you need, that you feel like you need to protect. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Wow. Protecting something. So it seems as though there's something that you're trying to get past. I almost feel like what you're protecting is holding you back. So the reason why I say that is because when we have the Seven of Wands, that usually talks about um, where you're at right now in this situation. You're defending your convictions, or there's a lack of awareness of what your convictions are, or what this passion is, or what you have. Because sometimes we can be unaware of like what we're going through, and there's this need to defend yourself, or defend this idea, defend this conviction. um like maybe this pain that you're trying to separate from has become so ingrained that it's almost feels like if you let it go, then what do you have to defend? And so it's like you're defending the idea itself when you actually just want to take action on what really brings you joy. Um, but so we got this Seven of Wands followed by the Four of Pentacles, which talks about, on the positive side, it's like it can be accumulating, um, gaining finances or resources. On the shadow side, it can talk about a hesitation of when the things that you have then can take control of you, or you're holding back. Now, when you're healing through this energy, it could say that maybe you realize what you want, but you're waiting for the right time to act on it, when you have the right resources or the right money, time, energy. So I'm getting this sense that there's something that has been happening for a while. There could be the sense you're waiting for the right time, but there's not a lot of clarity around this. There's no swords here. There seems like there's a passion, but there's a need to protect. I almost feel like this is something that you have, but it's whoever this is resonating with is like, sometimes this might come out as more of a feeling, and you don't really know how to go about it. And so when there's this unsettled like energy within you, you're just like, okay, I need to protect myself, or I need to do the opposite, where I just suppress it and like wait for the right time to act on it. Okay, so what's the clarity? What do you need to do? How do you feel? How do you feel? The Emperor. Yeah, that's that I mean, in a very serious way, it's like confirming what I'm saying. The Emperor comes about when it's in your life, you're taking, I think in this context, it's saying like you're being very strict, but it's almost suppressing the inner fire that's within you that wants to come out. And so it can be a little bit too restrained or held back. It's like there's this feeling of you want to take action, but I need to I need to control, you know? Yeah, it's like you want to know what to do. You're trying to allow, I think, yes, it's this struggle between suppressing and wanting to take action. It's like clarity wants to come through, but you're not sure. Let's see what else. What's in your energy? What's around you? Maybe what are you working towards? Maybe we can get that answer. Let's see. The Empress. Okay, that's what we want to see. It seems as though you need to do some grounding. Like, you know, when we are how do I say this? When we want to give life to an idea or a feeling or something that we want to express, we are our own, I don't want to say enemy, but we can become over analytical, too protective, and nothing, like, it just keeps getting to this point and then you can't get past it, right? So with the Empress in, like, the environment, the energies that around you, it's like the message there is like your environment is encouraging you, or you're the only person that could hold yourself back. It's like once you start to, I feel like maybe it's just just taking action, like really becoming the emperor. It's like maybe you want to become the emperor, but you're afraid of being too, like, stepping over other people, or maybe you haven't exercised enough of, like, doing what you want, and maybe you've just always been told to suppress it, or like maybe think about other people before your own initiative. So maybe there's something inside you that's saying, well, don't do that because you'd risk disapproval. There's something here about just getting past. I think it's just, if you really just, I think it's like taking a risk. You got the Strength card, then the Emperor, and then the Empress. Like, if we were just to exclusively look at the major arcanas, which are the dominating, the most significant energies that are at play, in order, we want this, it's like you want that, you want to take authority towards what you want to create. But it seems as though this feeling, it's like either a feeling or possession, I believe. an emotion. Yeah, I think it's an emotion that's like kind of manifested it's been in your energy for so long that it's like it sometimes maybe feels like a part of you. And I think you want to protect what you want to achieve. Okay, let me reword that. Instead of protect and suppress, you want to nurture and express. Okay, let's keep going. What are your... I mean, I've already talked about your hopes and fears, but I'd love to see what the card says about that. So what do you hope for, and what do you fear? Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely confirmation. So there's something... yeah, 7 of Swords on the bottom. It seems like all the swords are on the bottom of the deck whenever they show up. So the 7 of oh, 7, 7. Wow. 5, change. You have to overcome change. Or you have to make the change to overcome a belief. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. You want to this has been in your energy for a long time. This hesitation or a feeling of not taking action on what you want to build. I feel as though you have been building in some extent, but it's not the most fulfilling extent. I feel like extent is the word there. Like maybe you're kind of battling with... Let me go back to the cards here. There's definitely boundaries here. I feel as though there's something about, having faith in what you're building and not being swayed by what other people's opinions are. And when you do that, there's a trust that happens. But you have to... I think that it's either like trusting in when... with enough patience, time will work in your favor, or you've been working on this for a long time and it will eventually blossom. I mean, even in the guide it says, like, let me just go to the time card here. What number is that? 41. It even says time is coming for you, so you're not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. This asks you to have patience in whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is just on the horizon, which is just what I was saying. And this card is literally about that. It's like you want this to come to, like, what you're it's all adding up. Like what you want to give life to, like what this sense of, like, maybe you're already working on your dreams or this ambition or this goal, but you just need to... Maybe you're not giving it your all. Maybe you're kind of like second guessing whether you're capable or you're protecting what you have and then trying to, there's no swords here, and that can represent that there's not a lot of clarity, and that's what I'm picking up on. There's like all cups and pentacles, and then the Seven of Wands, which is protecting. So there's like you want clarity. I mean, I'd love to see in the outcome that a swords comes down and we get some clarity that comes through there, but let's see. Let's do that. Clarity. Clarity, clarity. Please give my wonderful Capricorn some clarity. Here we go. This one's sleeping out. Let's see what this says. Yeah. The Devil. Okay, so it wasn't clarity, but in a way it is. The Devil is, it talks about something that you're complacent in, or an energy that you're tied to, like you're bonding, that you're bound to. And until you're ready to embrace the change, you'll keep repeating this pattern of not like giving life to and taking charge and like whatever it is that you're trying to build. On a more positive note, I would say that if you are if you really analyze the patterns that you go through, like maybe the thoughts that you tell yourself when you're by yourself, take a look at your beliefs. Just listen to the narratives in your head. Notice what they are, and if they are saying things like, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know if this is the right time yet, or this is not what people say I should do, or something like that, then those are the things that are keeping you back. And I think you have to not is that change from suppression to expression. So I think that you need to believe in the idea or just take action. I mean, sometimes we don't have the answers and we just need to start doing. Maybe there's a perfectionist that can fall into the second house as well, like this perfectionist energy of this needs to be just the way it needs to be, and it needs to be just right before I can take action. But I think if you just have the right foundations, it's just like sometimes we might not want to do the necessary prep work, but I think when we really do spend our time on constructive things, it's much better to do that than keep worrying about what would keep us from not doing this in the first place. Like, sometimes by the act of doing something, we gain that momentum and that sense of belief or confidence. So I know I'm kind of like striking a lot of different notes here, but for whoever this is resonating with, just In the words of Nike, just do it. um, believe in your vision. So, yes. All right, I think that's all I can say. I hope you liked this. I hope this was constructive for you. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe. Feel free to share this with anyone who you feel like needs to hear this. And again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.